Ohio gozaimasu. I'm going to show you now how I warm up. And I have a full rink here all to myself. I just have to make sure I don't crash into the cameraman. That's about all. And yeah, I usually start out very similar to what I'm doing right now. I'm just stepping from one foot to the other, changing my balance from one foot to the other, and gradually getting longer and longer gliding and a little bit more curving. As I step on that right foot, I want to make sure that I immediately have good contact, good contact, good contact. I notice when I step too much on the heel and don't have enough weight on the front of the foot, I want to use that whole foot for balance and stability. This is the sort of thing I warm up at the beginning of a session. Now, changing edge and propelling myself along with twisting of the spine and bending of those three leg joints. Eventually, I graduate to turns. I'm thinking about good posture and a nice full arm position now, with head up, eyes up, arms in a good position. Maybe I'm going to practice a landing position. Landing position. That's just a little bit of pain when I first step on that deep knee bend into that Choctaw. Choctaw. Changing from one foot to the other, getting the spine moving. Free leg action. Sometimes I have a little hamstring, left hamstring pain recently, so that's just to warm that up. Just a little bit on the ballistic side, but starting with less range and going more range and more quickly as I warm up. Keeping the head and the focus up as I turn. Often the tendency is, as we turn around, we look down. I want to be able to keep the focus up as I come around. This is going to improve my jumps if I have this focus up most of the time. Working on good strength in the core. Now I'm thinking specifically about keeping strong in those abs, relaxing the upper body, strong in the abs, free leg, straightening, 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 straightening. My warm-up tends to be an improvisation. Yeah, I tend to do similar things and go through similar warm up similar concepts, but the particulars, the specifics are quite often different. Nice smooth rond de jambe. Okay, we just had a little brief technical interruption there. I'm back at it. I'm trying to feel that I have good bend into the ankles, the knees, and the hips. Trying to feel like I have good, efficient motion there. Just feeling the glide and the balance. Working a little bit on style as well. So if the free leg is up off the ground, as it has to be a free leg, I'll think about pointing my toe, sure. There's no limit to things that we can think about out here when we're warming up and when we're skating. Often I go on a theme like, now I'm doing 3 turns. Something I've been doing recently, and this is not a bad thing to do now that the ice is nice and clean. I've been doing a little bit of a figure. This warms up the leg joints. There's a bending and straightening going on. This warms up the spinal twist. Yeah. And it gets my heart going because that's good exercise. Getting the heart and lungs working is part of warming up. Keeping moving out here. We skate at our best when we're just on the verge of sweating. Okay, well, maybe I might fit in a spin, relaxing those arms. Yeah, backspin is so important because it's the position that I'm going to have in the air for my jumps, pretty close to it, right? Yeah, we all know how important a backspin is. Really feeling that bend into that ankle. I have to talk myself into this because I have a tendency to have faulty right ankle bend and pronation, so I remind myself frequently about good blade alignment and pronation avoidance for that foot. I am going to eventually do some jumps, so there's a jump. There's a jump. There's a jump. Trying to keep my balance, trying to get a good timing on those jumps and a nice smooth takeoff and landing. Yeah, that's a little bit of impact warm-up, trying to get a nice smooth landing. Yeah, for the listed jumps, it's left back outside for me, but it's still impact training, even if I land with a bunny hop landing forwards. Training my axle, takeoff, outside edge. That's not how my arms are going to be on that axle takeoff. Arms are going to be back, but I'm getting the feel of this important outside edge for the takeoff of my axle. I train that. I don't just talk about it in my videos, I actually do it. Going to need a back inside for flip and salchow, so I feel that back inside, leaning from the hip down, keeping the upper body more or less vertical. No harm in feeling that. Toe loop. It's kind of like a back pivot position, so I might remind myself of that back pivot position, but with free leg straight. Trying to get a nice wide arm position and trying to step right on a nice deep edge for that loop jump takeoff position. Flip takeoff position. Might warm that up, right? Let's take off position. Warming up this mohawk into that axle or waltz jump takeoff position. Whoa. That wasn't so good, was it? Trying to get this 3 turn so it's just right. That's an adequate toe loop. Just a small jump. We'll take a brief, very brief pause on the video now. Let's take care of that. All right, continuing along with my warm-up here. What am I going to be able to do for you? I often mix up jumps and spins just because that's keeps things more interesting, and it gives my landing foot and ankle a little bit of a rest from jumping. Impact, impact, impact. Wow. I don't often do crossfoot this early in the session, and that showed how I have a little bit of a stiffness there. I wasn't able to get a really nice position on that crossfoot. Yeah. So I've done pretty well all of my single jumps, right? I might do a salchow here. I haven't done that. And my Lutz, I don't think I did. Yeah, that's a little wobbly, but it was done. Moving right along. No reason why I shouldn't be able to do an axle now. See how this goes. Yeah, that's a wobbly landing, isn't it? Make it better. Yeah, not a good axle. This hamstring, it hurts a little bit when I bring the free leg too much through, so this is antalgia, avoiding pain, not bringing the free leg through enough, which is totally necessary for my double axle technique. So now I'm going to try to bring the free leg through a little bit better on the takeoff of that axle. Nice wide position, and bring the free leg through. Yeah. Yeah, well, we want to rest a little bit too as an ideal warm-up, catch our breath, but while I'm resting, I'm breathing deeply, trying to recover. Yeah, so I can either do another toe loop and another one till I get it, till I'm really satisfied, or I can do one at a time and come back to it and remember what I did on my toe loop that I wasn't totally satisfied with. Excuse me. Yeah, because we want to develop our memory out here too, so I want to remember that toe loop and what I can do better, so I can just do it out of the blue without going through that learning process about doing one after the other, which is also a little harder on the joints if you repeat a move over and over and over again. Not flowing so well on those landings. That was a very poor landing. Very poor landing. But maybe it's okay. I usually alternate edge jumps and toe jumps. So I did an axle, then a toe loop, then a loop. So now I would do another toe jump. It's kind of generally the way I do it. And I usually go in this order, but it's not like I would have to. See if I'm capable of doing a flip. Yeah, I'm not really on top of things. Having to do a video while I warm up is not ideal because I'm talking and it's just an interruption to my concentration on getting good technique when you have to make a video at the same time. So yeah, not to make excuses for myself, but I normally don't make those kind of mistakes. I'm kind of a perfectionist and I walk before I run, and I make sure I've got a good foundation generally before I try something. And yeah, that flip jump did just feel like I just didn't really feel, I just knew that I wasn't ready for it, you know, to do a really good flip jump. And I thought I'd do it for the camera anyways, but generally it's not a good idea to try to do things to impress somebody else, because this is how we can become injured, is if we try something we're not really warmed up or for completely. So I don't know, maybe we'll leave the warm up there. Maybe I'll do one nice double salchow here to finish off. It's a really easy jump for me. It should be fine. We'll see how it goes. Not my best double salchow, but I did it. I landed it, and yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, not even 6 blade lengths. A small jump. Not totally puny, but a little on the small side. So hopefully what I've done here is not just show you how Gary Beacom warms up, but to show you an example of the types of thoughts and the types of concepts that you can warm up here out on the ice, and the pacing for it as well. I didn't rest a lot during this warm-up, so like I am just on the verge of sweating right now. I'm pretty fully warmed up, and yeah, so not a lot of standing around. Get those heart and lungs working, keeping the mind active all the time, troubleshooting, trying to figure out what my weaknesses are to improve again. So just before I let you go, I'll try to see how my memory is and see if I can do a better toe loop. I should be able to do a better toe loop just because I'm a little more warmed up, but also I want to try to see if I can keep the flow going a little better, keep my speed going a little bit better on this jump. Yeah, really poor jump, not satisfying at all. Kind of ashamed of that. I didn't put my toe pick in well. It was like the whole blade. It was rough. And yeah, I can see the whole blade here. So landing was smoother. I guess that I could feel I was not level in the air. So if I was going to do that again, I would make sure I point my toe and have a nice strong toe pick. And I'm going to try to keep my arms, shoulders, eyes, everything level, lean from the hip down. Let's see if I can do it. No. Puny jump, rough, not up to my standard. But that's it for now. Enjoy your skating, warm up well so that you can achieve more and have a more satisfying session. Okay, sayonara. Hi Ryoko, you have some questions about my warm-up procedure today?
Well, I watched your warm-up video now, and then it looks like you have some objective for each movement, each exercise. Doesn't look like it's just a habit.
No, I try to stay away from habits and repetitive exercises and routines.
Yeah.
Just as a matter of keeping it interesting for myself, and also because it's the concepts that are the important thing to warm up, not so much the specific exercises. Yeah, like for example, stability, good breathing, posture, good biomechanics. These concepts are more what's important than specific skills.
Yes, but I guess that in general, most people practice as practice patterns. There's somebody who got learned from the seminars or camps and then trying to...
I see many skaters warming up sort of the same way. They circulate around the ice and they do, various different patterns and they warm up that way. I think as you become more advanced, you don't need to be so repetitive. You should get it. Your learning curve should be a little steeper so you don't have to repeat. If you're going to repeat something, you can also always add another element to it. So yeah, when I'm warming up my propulsion thing here, I can make the edges deeper as a way of progressing. But I don't want to just burn off a lot of energy repeating the same thing over and over. I'm trying to build all my skating skills in such a way that I can not waste any time and be efficient with my warm-up. So that's why I avoid just repeating something for the sake of repeating it.
And then I think that your warm-up is based on the lean, carb, and then that's lead into the jump and the spin. Is that right?
That's right. I am a classic figure skating person who did figures, and I think that when you play a game, you should play by the rules, and the rules of our sport, and the definition of our sport is 1-foot skating and curves. This is and when you get a balance on 1 foot, when you get used to being on 1 foot and changing from 1 foot to the other foot, and have control of that, you have better technique and you find the beauty of the sport through that technique also. And so I really avoid skating on 2 feet almost entirely. I have some things I do on 2 feet, which I like to do on 2 feet. Like for example, I like to stretch. I like this kind of stretch here, and I do this almost every session. Yeah, if I do that after, 2 or 3 times in a session, I'll get a lot lower the second time I do it. There are certain things we can do on 2 feet as a way of getting some stretch, and I usually warm up a spread eagle on every session. That's on 2 feet. I do a crossfoot spin, my signature spin, which is on 2 feet. But figure skating is mostly supposed to be on 1 foot at a time, not on 2 feet. Even when I come out of the spin, I usually have a creative exit for my spins. I come out different every time, and it's almost always on one foot, like it was there. Yeah.
So probably lots of people have a similar situation like I have. Like when I started the figure skating, there is no professional coaches in my ice rink because it's a small town. And like at that time we didn't have Instagram or YouTube, so I just have to practice whatever I can come up with. So whenever I have a chance to go to some camps or seminars, that the coaches are like high caliber coaches teach like a lot of patterns, and then most of my career in the figure skating amateur career, I kind of made a list and then trying to check off everything I do, but based on what you said, the quality is more important than just the quantity.
Yes, the quality. Doing defined moves in quantity is not it's a good way of practicing, but it's not the best way of practicing. And I'm trying to make progress. And after doing this figure skating for so long, so many decades, I now am at the point where I have a certain comfort zone that's, quite advanced, as it should be after all that time and effort. So, yeah, so I'm able to pull off anything that I can think of pretty much. And so I can just let my mind go wandering out here and be able to do many things. And having the freedom to just not repeat repetitive exercises like military type of style is part of the fun of the sport for me as well. It's that sense of freedom to come out here and do what I feel like doing that I enjoy as well.
Yeah, that's something I thought it's very different. What you do, actually Don Jackson, and you like to keep going on ice, and then a skate. Doesn't matter after retiring the amateur or professional skating, and then that looks like you really enjoy. It doesn't look like a habit or just a job. Is it right?
Yeah, many skaters who have short careers, they even come back and report that, oh, I hated skating. I just did it because, many skaters do skating because other reasons other than it's fun. Oh, my mother wants me to skate. She wants to live vicariously through me, or she drives me to the rink, or I feel like I'll be letting everybody down if I don't skate, or all of these other pressures and reasons for skating. But I've always skated just because something I enjoy doing, and I still enjoy doing it. So I'm still figure skating, practicing regularly every day after, almost 6 decades.
Yeah, that's what I could see. Yes.
Yes, and learning things and progressing.
Yeah.
And being challenged to keep being able to do the things that I can still do. Double axel is still in my repertoire, not every day, but every month in the last 2 or 3 months, every week I've been doing double axel, so that's a challenge, and that's difficult, but it's very rewarding to be able to have the discipline and the knowledge and the perseverance and the fortitude to get those things to happen. That's all part of the enjoyment, is the challenge.
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. That's interesting to hear. And then thank you very much sharing all of your 6-decade experience.
Yes, well, you're welcome, and thank you everybody for joining me here in Karuizawa this morning. Share, like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the future. Bye for now.